Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on my channel, another book related video, and of course we are picking my TBR for the month of September. We still have about a week to almost a week and a half left of August, and also I have only read about 2 books and I'm currently reading the second book from my August TBR. I had a slower month this month for some reason. I'm hoping to finish that book and then hop into a third book and hopefully finish that one for this month. But even though I have not necessarily tackled my August TBR and we still have like a week left, I would love to go ahead and pick my TBR for next month and just to kind of see what books I'm looking forward to for the month of September. We have a few prompts still left in this TBR jar, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. You already know the drill. As always, a good little shake. Always gotta pick a good one for the first prompt. Alright, the first prompt says plants or flowers on the cover. Okay, let's see what we have. I have a lot of books on my bookshelves that both have either plants or flowers on them. However, the only thing that's really calling to me this month, and I feel like I need more of a mood read type month, is actually House of Roots and Ruin. This is book 2 from the House of Salt and Sorrows series. I read the House of Salt and Sorrows a while back, I think maybe like 3 months ago. I really enjoyed that and I wanted to continue this series. I think this is completely different, or we're just following one specific sister instead of all 12 of them and kind of like the story that first book followed. But I know this is a little bit chunkier, but for whatever reason I'm just thinking about picking it up and reading it. I don't remember if this is the final book, like if this was just going to be a duology or if this was maybe going to be a trilogy or 5 books in a series. I have no clue, because at the time when I picked this up it was fairly recent, or at least recent enough because it was in the new release section at Half Price Books. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be as intrigued with this book as I was the first book, and that I also love this book. And if I want to continue this series, I can easily find it and pick it up and read it and love that, if there is more to the series. But for book number 1, for plants or flowers on the cover, I'm gonna choose House of Roots and Ruin. Shaking for prompt number 2. No wonder it looks like I have 10 prompts in here, now that I just dropped half of them on the floor almost. Prompt number 2. An animal or living creature on the cover or in the title. Alright, I have 2 books here and I think both of these were on a TBR already, so I'm so sorry. I have been getting more in the mood to read both of these books, one more than the other because I've already started the series, and then the other one just because it's sat on my shelves for so many years and I just want to know what this is about. And recently I seen somebody get a whole brand new pack or like book set of this, and it just made me want to reach for my older copies and pick this up. So the first one is actually Aragon. Like I said, I seen somebody just get a book set and I've been thinking about getting into this book for a while now. It is very intriguing, but I'm starting a new series, which I'm not necessarily excited about doing, but every time I look at this book on my shelf, I really want to pick it up. Do I get kind of annoyed with the dragon hype right now at the moment for like the past 4 years maybe that's been going all over BookTube, Book Talk? Yes. However, I actually really like when dragons or just animals in general are in books, and I have always heard such amazing things about the series, but I never read it, even though I've had this book for a very long time. Or not this exact copy, but my sister's first edition copy. Keeping with the theme of a dragon, I'm so sorry to do this to y'all because I'm sure you guys know which one I'm picking up. Iron Flame. I really have been thinking about hopping into this. Honestly, I'm about to finish book like number 2 for my TBR from the month of August, and I've considered, instead of picking up a third book from my TBR, just hopping into this book. And it's book 2 in a series, and just the other day we went down to St. Vincent and I just seen this book in a little bit more of like a beaded up copy, but in the thrift store, and I paid $20 at Walmart because this is one of the books that I actually bought brand new instead of going out and trying to thrift, because it was fairly new, and I got it right after finishing Fourth Wing and I didn't hop into it like I really kind of wanted to. So I'm kind of leaning more towards Iron Flame just because, like I said, this is the start to a new series. This is the second in the series, and for some reason I just want to hop back in this world and I want to know what this book is about because I think I will love this book so much more. I don't know, I feel like I need to move on so then I can go to Onyx Storm and maybe get whatever books come out, if they come out in the next year, or if not, they come out in the next couple years. So I'm gonna go actually with Iron Flame. Prompt number 3. Choose a book by its cover. I feel like this one is such an easy one. For choosing a book based off its cover, I'm gonna go with book 2 in the Mercy Falls series. This is The Lightkeeper's Bride. I read The Lightkeeper's Daughter last month. I absolutely loved it. I feel like I'm gonna love this. If you don't know who Colleen Cobble is, if you haven't been to my channel and heard me talk about her, she's a Christian mystery, sometimes subplot of romance. I think all of her books pretty much have a subplot of romance in them, and I absolutely love them. I love the Christian values, I love the mysteries, I love her characters, and I love the story plot with the romance romance as well. I think it's all done so well in my personal opinion. I think only one book I've kind of not enjoyed as much as the others. They've all been 4 or 5 stars, and only one of them was 3 stars, which I think it was more just the time I read that. I think technically if I were to reread it, I probably would love it just as much as the other ones, but I love this cover. My mom recently just found this at like a library sale, and she picked it up for me, and I love the dark blue. I love the little lighthouse, and I love the girl on the cover. I don't know, just everything about it. And then with my expectations of this book, because I love the author so much, I feel like it's making the cover like I'm more intrigued into it, and I absolutely love it. So book number 3 is The Lightkeeper's Bride. Prompt number 4. Oh, okay, well this one might not work out as well. I love hardbacks, but this is a hardback book, but I just put a hardback on there, and I don't know what other ones that are hardback that I'd love to read. My hardbacks are mostly up here, not all of them. I have a few down there, but most of these down here I've all read. A lot of these, actually this whole entire shelf besides The Powerless, I have read because I took Iron Flame already down. A hardback, I mean, that is way too, this is like 800 pages. I mean, I do need to read this, but am I gonna get to it? It's not too bad. Oh, but we have Iron Flame, because that's just gonna be too much. Okay, should we take a leap? Because I will never ever read this, I feel like. So maybe now is my time. I'm taking a big leap when it comes to a hardcover book. This has sat on my shelf for maybe 3+ years now, and I've never wanted to pick it up. I've also considered getting rid of it, and I think now, because I've inquired about it in my head just now, maybe now's the time I pick it up. I should just grab a hold of that, go with it, and actually read this book instead of just getting rid of it, because I never read it. If you don't know which book has sat on my shelf for so long that I've considered getting rid of, it is One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. I don't know what it is about this book that I've never wanted to actually pick it up and read it. I don't know if it was one of those that just was a little bit overhyped, but I feel like every time somebody mentions her books, I just kind of like roll my eyes. It's almost like not as bad, but me with Magnolia Parks. I will never read Magnolia Parks because people overhyped it and it's just not entertaining. I hate the covers. I've never liked any of the covers. I think the newer covers look better than the old covers. That's like a really unpopular opinion. However, that feeling that I get with that series is how I almost feel with any of her books for some reason, and I hate to say that. So maybe now's the time. Maybe I should give this a try. If I really don't like it, if I can't get into it, maybe I can DNF it and get rid of it. I'm hoping that it blows my mind. Like, it's so good, so fast paced, and because it's not too long, hopefully it'll keep my attention, and I'll be wrong about it. I really want to be proven wrong. I hope that I love this book and I don't not like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this finally on a TBR, and I really hope I get to this. I hope I hold myself to that. Choosing for prompt number 5. See, like, what is this? This is like 10 prompts right here. We're gonna pick whichever one does not. There we go. This one. Prompt number 5. I love these so much. I think the last one I got was the lowest rated on my Goodreads, which was a Lucy Foley for last month, and I never got to that book. However, I just got the highest rated on Goodreads on my physical TBR. You already know I'm gonna love this. This is the perfect one to end off picking prompts for books. So let's go on to Goodreads. Average rating. I have pretty much all my books. There's a couple books on here that I don't have like the second in the series of, but no, I take this back. I don't want this prompt no more. Please. I don't know what it is about this book. I don't want it. The highest rating on my physical TBR from Goodreads is Clockwork Prince with a 4.42 star average rating. I don't know. It's not that I hated the first book. I loved it. I just don't think I'm really interested in reading this book for some reason. I have like no real reason for not wanting to pick it up, and I have no clue why I don't, but I just don't feel very interested in it for some reason. It's like not the time. Maybe when fall comes around a little bit more, maybe I'll get really excited if I can watch some like little hype videos for the series. It just was one of those that it just really hasn't been my favorite or top priority, but okay. We'll see. We'll see maybe if I actually tackle it or not. One of the last things that I wanted to do or add on to my little TBR for the month. Last month I started where I pick 1 through 25 for my 25 books I want to read in 2025. I would kind of do like a random number generator, and then I would see if I read that book or not. And if I haven't, I added that also to my TBR. I'm not saying I got to that book just yet because I have not gotten to that book. I probably won't get to that book. However, again, I wanted to do that for the month of September just to give me a couple more options. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to mood read this month because I just didn't have a great August. I just wasn't in the mood to read. We were kind of busy. I feel like we're always busy. That's always my excuse, but that is just how life goes. So I am going to probably not screen record, so I'm just going to put in a random number generator. We are going to hit generate. Oh, you can't see that. What's it say? Can you see it? 3? Okay. This one's not bad. This one's not bad, except for that this is a start to a series. Number 3 on my list is actually Ender's Game. This is a book that I'm pretty sure I might have read it in middle school, give or take, because this was kind of very popular. When I think about this book, I think of my choir teacher back when I did choir in middle school. He was talking specifically with one guy in our class, and he had just read this whole series, if not the first book, and they were kind of talking about it, and I think it was before the movie came out, because I'm pretty sure there is a movie. Did because of their conversation the next Scholastic Book Fair, I do believe. I picked this book up, but I don't know, I can't remember if I read it or not. So I have always wanted to go back and read this. This has been one of those that I just say I never read it. I put it on my physical TBR, and when I get to it, I get to it. If I never don't, I most likely won't be too upset with it, but I have been very intrigued to hop into this, except for, again, that it's the start of a new series. I do believe it's only 5 books long, and I think each book is only around 300 to 400 pages long, so it's not too bad. I hope that this is really good. I hope that I really enjoy this, because this has been on my TBR since, like I said, I was in middle school, so it's been a while. Here is all the books that I picked for September's TBR. I'm definitely excited for a few of these books. I really hope I can get to them. Maybe I'll try and do reading vlogs. I feel like that forces me to kind of read and tackle them instead of just reading 10 pages here, 25 pages, then not reading maybe a day, and then picking up 50 pages. I just actually really want to get through a TBR again, because the 2 months ago, I do believe, I almost finished my entire TBR, except for I was halfway through one book, the last book on my TBR. So I would love to keep going and read about 5 books a month so I can get closer to my second goal for the end of the year, and definitely mood reading and picking books that I really want, or forcing myself to, not necessarily in a bad way read where I'm gonna get burnt out, but just forcing myself to do a little bit more reading every day, like maybe waking up early and reading at least 50 pages, something simple like that. I feel like would help me. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for any future videos here on my channel, and as always, God bless.